Hello, this is Group 5. Today we are going to be discussing a history and analysis of the nuclear capabilities of India and Israel. The purpose of this presentation is to give a brief history of nuclear development in India and Israel while elaborating on the nuclear capabilities of each country and to discuss the regional and international responses. The 1 megawatt Aspara research reactor, built in 1955, shows India's first steps towards developing nuclear capabilities. By 1964, with the advent of the Subterranean Explosion for Peaceful Purposes project, India progressed its nuclear weapons capabilities. Here we see a map which highlights India and Israel, who both refused to sign the 1968 Non-Proliferation Treaty of Nuclear Weapons. Ten years later, in 1974, India tested its first nuclear weapon called the Smiling Buddha, which is pictured below. The picture on the right shows the Dhruva reactor built in 1985. This became India's primary source for weapons-grade plutonium. India's most recent developments in missile technology include the Agni 5. This put India in an elite nuclear club. Although the exact number of nuclear weapons in India's stockpile is unknown, a study conducted by David Albright suggests India could have produced more than 127 nuclear weapons. Primary reasons for India's development of the Agni series of missiles included deterring an attack from China. As the map shows, the Agni 5 firing range is capable of reaching China and beyond. Two of India's primary fighter jets, which are capable of carrying nuclear weapons, include the Su-30 and the Jaguar IS. International response to India's development of nuclear capabilities include Pakistan's pursuit of nuclear weapons program of its own. However, the majority of the world viewed India as a reluctant proliferator. Transitioning now to Israel, Israel's nuclear development began in 1948 as the first Prime Minister, David Ben-Gurion, lobbied for nuclear weapon production. India's first step towards acquiring nuclear capabilities was heavy water production in 1950. Later, the creation of nuclear research organizations helped set Israel's nuclear development into motion. With the assistance of French technology, Israel completed the development stage of its first nuclear weapon by 1967. Here we see the Dimona reactor. This was built in the 1980s and has produced over 400 kilograms of plutonium. Israel's primary intercontinental ballistic missile system with nuclear capabilities is the Jericho. The Jericho 3 is the most recently developed missile with a range of 5,000 kilometers and a 750 kilogram payload. Another important weapon system capable of nuclear launch is the Dolphin-class attack submarine. Its primary attack system is the Popeye torpedo. Israel's Air Force boasts the Martin F-161 Sufa and the McDonnell Douglas F-15. both of which are capable of launching nuclear missiles. The founding of Israel's nuclear program has been met with much hostility by many Arab countries. In conclusion, we see that both countries have similar nuclear capabilities. Our comparative analysis reveals that both countries have justified their nuclear weapons programs through a necessity to protect national security.